Hi guys, I just want to do a quick video on heroes, just really basic. I'm not going to go into some of the more advanced techniques yet. But firstly, I just want to show you how to save lineups. So at the moment, I've got my destructive might lineup on my main convoy. So I just want to I want to save that so I don't have to keep readjusting it because that's a pain in the bum. So I'm going to click adjust lineup. This is my wall lineup. So, I mean, I'll probably put that one on it. And I'm going to rename it to DM for Destructive Might. Oh, not that spaces. Oh, it doesn't like that. So I'll put DM and then I'll put line. So I can save it and click change. And then here you see you've got space 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to put it on to lineup 2 because I don't want to save it over my main lineup. So I'm going to replace the current lineup. And now that's saved. So I'll show you in a minute, but I'm going to switch over to my main lineup and you'll see that I'll be able just to click this one and it'll change it instantly. Betty is on one of my other lineups, so when I want my Destructive Might lineup, I have to make sure my third convoy's in so that I can go and get Betty and put her on. She won't come on instantly because she's on this lineup. I'll just show you actually. So I've got no one on this convoy. I'm going to hit this one and they're all going to come in, but you can see Betty hasn't. And that's just because she's on this lineup. So I'd have to physically come in, take her off, and then come back in, and I can press that, and then it will put her on. And it filled it up instantly, and you can see my Destructive Might, my CP, my troops, all brilliant. So let's just go into a basic convoy. So we're looking at, you've got your 3 back row and your 2 front rows. My front rows, they have to be tanks, or you can use a healer like Alyssa or Jessie. At the moment, I am not. I'm using tanks. So my tanks are Harmon and Roland. You can see they're not actually that high level. Try and keep your tanks between 5 and 10 levels lower than your back row. So you can see my back row. I've got Laurel, Kelly, and Marlene, or Marlen, or whatever he's called. You can see Laurel is a level 80, and then Kelly and Marlene, whatever he's called, they're both 75. And Harmon and Roland, they're a lot lower. And that's just so they take the brute force of the fight. So without getting too complicated, my heroes that I use on the back, I use them specifically because they like to target back row heroes. Kelly especially, she's a beast. And Rebecca's amazing as well if you have Rebecca. So what I do is I have my 2 tanks at the front here, and they are lower specifically so that someone else's lineup will target them first. I could show you actually in the arena. If I go on to one that will actually challenge me, we'll try that one. So you can see that I'm actually at a disadvantage here. But the idea is that their heroes are going to target Harmon and Roland first. So if I hit fight, you should see that they go straight for them first, which they are. It's fairly obvious they are. And you can see that my other heroes, they're going for their back line first. I might not win this one, but it was more just principle to show you. Oh, I might win this. It's more principle to show you that because they're a lower level and they have a lower AGI, they are being targeted by the other heroes first, and it's a smarter way to fight because my strong heroes are on the back, and tanks aren't as effective. So I'll just do that, and you can see I won even though I was at a disadvantage. This lineup, I think I've got them in here. This lineup, you can see it's not massively high. Take you out, pop the right one in. You can see it's not massively high in CP or power, but I can take out lineups that are over 500 easily. So don't ever feel like you can't strive to try higher fights, because I definitely win with this lineup. I've done it with other lineups on different servers as well. So yeah, that is them. And then I will do gear in another another video for you, just to make it a bit easier and less in one video. So yeah, just make sure you got your tanks on your front, and then you got your actual fighters on the back. If I share that one, you'll see. I will share it to the R4, R5 team so that they don't judge me. You'll see that my tanks show at the front of the lineup here, and you'll see my fighters are the other side. So when I say that it looks like you've got heroes in the wrong place, it's just because someone did share it, or did he share it privately? Shared it privately. It's just because, well, actually, yeah, so Alyssa would be in the wrong place here. Alyssa is not being used on the front line. Oh no, he's got Coleman as well. So I think Coleman would be in the wrong place. Yeah, Coleman's slightly in the wrong place. He's not in where a tank should be. And then when you click on them, you can also see the gear that is on those heroes, as well as their levels. But yeah, I mean, we'll leave that at that for a moment, and then we'll go into other stuff in a minute.